everybody, here to a big edition of Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar athletics, and we've got the man right here, Roman Banks. How you doing, my friend?
How you doing?
I like that. I like that top, boy. Huh?
Appreciate it. Thank you a lot. I got a tradition to keep up with.
You got a hookup. I like it, kind of almost like a Spider-Man kind of a deal.
Well, you know,
right there.
I think this. You know, I try to choose things that fit me. This might be my little style right here.
There you go. And Under Armour's done such a great job with Southern University.
And you know, it's a great fitting apparel, and we're happy to be partnering with them.
No question about that. Overtime series has gotten big. You started it talking, you know, you were in New Orleans for the Bayou Classic, and now all of a sudden, bam, we're on TV now. So you brought this bigger, and not only with that, you've actually brought awards to the Overtime recipients as well.
Yeah, and you know, that was the game plan, come up with something overtime that means a lot for Southern University. And obviously, you know, you're going to have to go into overtime in a lot of things, and not just games and life and all. And so we wanted to make sure that it was a sports term that can relate with life as well. And so now this all overtime version, overtime live version.
Right.
So we're going to keep adding to the brand of overtime.
And they love it. I know, because I talked to Lady Jag. I know Lady Jag, and when she got her award at halftime of one of the games, she was just honored. She was just unbelievable. Yeah, no question about it. So that award is to showcase and also to say thank you to people that go beyond the call of duty for Southern University and Southern University athletics. And so, you know, those recipients that receive the award, that's our way of saying thank you, and that we are very happy to have them a part of the Jaguar family. And they go, you know, when we call them, they always answer the bell. Right, you just had pictures of the recipients of the Six-Man Club. Boss Man. Ike and Boss. That's right. Those two go hand in hand. We could not do one without the other, and those guys, along with the Six-Man Club. But when you start talking about those two individuals, they've been very awesome, and when we call on them. And I also noticed too, this was fun, the Lacumba Kids Club Party at the game as well. Look at pictures of this right now. This is an awesome idea, and they tell me it's growing. Yeah, I mean, I think we have over 100 members in that organization right now, that membership. And that's part of training the young ones to be the future of tomorrow. So that's right. You know, we are very excited about that. That was one of our new initiatives through our development. And Khadijah's doing a very good job with that piece of bringing in the Kids Club. And also a spaghetti dinner for the season book holders too. That was a pretty neat idea. Well, I think that we have to let people know that we appreciate them. We don't take them for granted. And so having a spaghetti dinner between games, between the ladies and the men's game on the other night, and have those season book holders to come back there and eat with me and the staff and all the coaches. I just think those are things that we're supposed to be doing. And so we look forward to also growing those type of events. So obviously we're getting ready for football, and we're getting ready to have this jambalaya thing for season book holders in the spring. So we're very excited about these type of initiatives. Now, was traditional spaghetti and meatballs, or was it pastelaya? No, it was spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, okay. It's side salad, a little corn. So, you know, we do it big. You know, we got to make sure we do it the right way. I saw Denise had for the VIP section, I think, pastelaya, and I said, that would be Louisiana to say, that's our version of spaghetti. No. So be mindful now. We have the VIP area, Jaguar Den, and we have everything going on in the back. So we got a lot of, and I'm thankful for, you know, all our employees, because we are moving around quite a bit, and you know, we don't have the average 9 to 5 day. We're there all day, and I can't say thank you to them enough, because you know, you have to go overtime to do what we're doing. There you go. Look at you. See? Yeah. And also, I think the VIP area too. Got it for football the last 2 seasons, and had it for basketball as well. I think that's great. I got an opportunity to meet some great people from Raising Cane's, who's a big sponsor to Southern University. Huge sponsors, yeah. And they are, you know, all our sponsors play a huge role for us, and we hope that we reciprocate that, because we want to make sure partnership is all about you and I together. It's not one way. Right. And so we try very hard to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to do, to let them know that we appreciate them, and also hopefully driving business to them as well. And so our partnerships and our corporate sponsor has really grown. And by the way, if anybody here, feel free to give us a call. That's it. 225-771-3171 is ticket office. Tell them you're calling about corporate sponsorship. They'll get you in touch with Denise Rankins. No problem with that at all. And what an absolutely great treat to have Addison Papillon, who is the granddaughter of a great Tommy Green, the late great Tommy Green, sing the national anthem. Here it is right there, a picture of it right there. Look how great, look how darling she looks. And then she had an unbelievable voice to back it up with.
Yeah, ain't no question. So that's Tommy's daughter, that's Leslie's daughter and his granddaughter here and Sabrina's granddaughter. And, you know, I admit that kind of got a little emotional a little bit for the memories that was racing through my mind.
Yes.
Because I can't say thank you enough to Tommy. Because he and his family was the ones when I first came here in '96 as his assistant basketball coach to take me in, and so they'll always be a part of me. I think I feel obligated and have a sense of responsibility to Leslie. She was a little girl when I first came in, and she and I have always had our special bond, and so this is family to me, and it was really emotional for me at the same time.
And she just did an unbelievable job. Great rendition.
Knocked it out the box.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable.
And that's part of the Kids Club.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, she is?
So
okay.
That's what that's all about. You know, showcasing our young talent as well.
No doubt about that. And so many things, and I know there's more ideas coming from time to time that's going to be happening, but now I see, and I've been doing this since 2001, and I see more involvement with the community, more involvement with businesses and corporate sponsorships than ever before, and it's a credit to you and your entire staff.
Yeah, no question about it. And I also want to give President Belton a shout about that as well, because he gives us the autonomy when we have our meetings to have one-on-one conversations with him and give me the blueprint when I bring it to him to check the boxes and then give me the ability to run with it. And then it trickles down to our staff. And so we know that's the wave of the future. You know, before I got involved with this, we had very little corporate sponsorships, and we have really made a lot of partners here in the last 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And so we're looking forward to grow that. And so we're looking around at other universities, what they're doing, and it's not all about creating something new, but it's about stealing the things that fit you, and as we be innovative ourselves.
No question. And I know Denise, knowing Denise as I've known her for years, every time she puts on a party, I feel like I'd have a tux to get in there. She puts on a great party, so she's an A+ of your staff.
Yeah, we got a great staff, and so Denise and Miss Rodney and Khadijah and Rodney and Traven, them are part of that overtime series committee that really go out to make sure we have a nice brand.
When we come back, we're talking football here, overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks, right here from Scoreboards, right here on Coursey Boulevard, in between Sherwood and Airline Highway. Come on out. We're going to talk to Coach Odoms when we return right here next on Pelican Sports TV.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton & Fruget. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton & Fruget today.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
Grand Cherokees, we'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's moving sale and Jeep Adventure Days.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, $27,990.
With Power Group backup camera, keyless entry, and Uconnect.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
Buddy. about buddies. You just can't lock them out, buddies. They'll make your day. Buddies, you can't deny them, buddies. You just can't buy them. Whatever comes your way, buddies are here to stay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's overtime with athletic director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar athletics. And, you know, football season and spring football is just about to be around the corner. No question about that. We're getting ready for that. We got Coach Odoms right here. We're going to talk about first the 2018 season and then getting ready for the 2019 season. For the 2018 season, Southern University lost their homecoming game to Alcorn State, and then after that, things turned around quickly. One of the reasons why is a change to quarterbacks, and Ladarius Skelton came in at quarterback. And Ladarius Skelton was a big reason for the offense moving forward, and we have a feature video on him. Let's take a look at it right now.
Skelton has really had this wave of momentum for Southern.
Yeah, first-year player in this program. I love his decision-making. He makes quick decisions, particularly when running the run-pass option game. That's his specialty. He's been an impact for this offense since he took over as starting quarterback.
Ladarius Skelton is a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw the football. He's very good at throwing the ball down the field. We're going to work on this spring those intermediate passes, but down the field, he's one of the better down the field passes that I've seen.
Play action, Skelton going for it all, has a man, and hauling it in is Hunter Register.
And then when you talk about running ability, he has running back capabilities. He can go the distance. He has the speed to go the distance. He has the power, and he has the vision. And I think when you put that with a dual threat quarterback, I think he's the reason why we're so happy about this coming season.
Skelton feeling the pressure. Skelton eludes a couple of tacklers. He's still on his feet.
Oh, wow.
Little shake and bake juke move, baby.
Being a quarterback, man, is not easy at all. It was hard being here and having the expectations to be the starter and not being the starter. It was overwhelming. Like, I was ready to play, and not playing when I was ready to play just made me kind of look at life differently and really think, should I be here or should I not? And I talked to God, and he just settled me down, and he told me to be patient. That's what I did.
Well, I had to explain to him how the program works, and he just have to trust and believe in it, and in due time, you're going to get your opportunity.
To win a SWAC championship, it takes the whole team coming together, the whole team playing their role, doing their part, the whole team being disciplined, and the whole team actually loving each other and playing for one another that's on the field.
And this guy is different than others. He loved the weight room. He's probably one of the few quarterbacks that I've ever been around that really, really love the weight room. And with that, I think it raises the confidence of his teammates because they see how hard he's working, they see what he's putting in. And the sky's the limit in 2019 and how great Ladarius Skelton can become at Southern University.
And of course brought a big deal to Southern University with not only his passing, and he started getting more comfortable in the passing department towards the end of the season, no question, and his running ability. He's a great athlete, Coach.
Well, yeah, I think he's one of the better dual-threat quarterbacks in college football. He came here highly advertised, and he's done a great job since he's been here. I think when you got a guy that can throw the ball, especially the deep ball as well as he can, you also get the opportunity to see him run, and I think that's where he make a difference in our offense.
No question about that. We're going to look at recruiting here in just a moment, but let's take a look and see what's going on with the team that's returning. At the quarterback spot, you've got some good quarterbacks returning, so we're good there.
Yep.
Running back spots will look good there. Profit ought to be back and everything else of that nature. Offensive line, everybody's returning offensive line, right?
Return 5 starters.
Right. Yep. And then tight ends, you lost 2 tight ends in that position. So we look recruiting-wise, we've got a couple of more tight ends coming in?
Well, we got 2 back in. We did sign one, so we're looking at another one. So we'll probably go 3 or 4 deep before we get to fall camp.
So offense, I think, is loaded. I think, you know, we don't lose a step from last year. Defensively now, didn't lose as much there as well. Lost a couple D linemen, linebackers. the biggest hole that you're going to have to fill is obviously the defensive backfield.
Well, we just lost 2 corners, and that's Tim Thompson and DeMario Houston. Everybody else is back. Up front-wise, we lost Jerron Johnson, and we get all our linebackers back. So we really returned a lot of players, and I think that's why everybody's so excited about 2019.
Yeah, well, you only got 9 in football. That's almost unheard of. Only 9 players leaving, and that's just that's unheard of. And the other player obviously left was number 87, Randall Bernard.
Well, exactly. You know, and I think we signed some good receivers to come in and replace those guys that are leaving. Our depth is a lot better, and we're experienced. We're much older going into 2019. So hopefully we have a great spring ball, a safe spring ball, and really get this football team ready to go into summer workouts and enter fall camp looking to be contenders in 2019.
Let's take a look at some video right here of the recruiting bash and some of the recruits that we got. Coach, right now listed as #1 in HBCU, and some big signees this year.
Well, I think the assistant coaches and all the support staff did a great job of trying to get these young men to commit to Southern University. We understand how difficult the challenges are when it comes to recruiting, but it's the lifeline of what we do. And we're excited about the young men that we were able to bring in. We got 5 guys that are already mid-year enrollees, and I think we put a good class together, and hopefully on paper it transferred to the field, and these guys play well in 2019 and helping us to contend for another SWAC championship.
Could we see some starters from this recruiting class?
Well, time will tell, but I think we got some highly advertised transfers that really could step in and fill some voids as starters, and hopefully they get a chance to show that this spring.
And obviously with the spring too, with having that much depth, you get an opportunity to have 2 full teams out there, and then bringing some in for the spring football.
Well, exactly. I think our numbers will be probably right around 110, 111. We try to carry 120 guys on the team, and I think we're growing, and you need those numbers, especially for practice and for execution and for things like that. I think you got to have high numbers in football because you run the risk of a lot of guys getting injured at one time.
Coach, you've known to go to North Carolina, your home state, to get some players, also Florida and what have you. But I noticed this recruiting class, too, you had a lot of Louisiana players. Louisiana was a big hotbed of high school talent this year.
Well, I think if you look at any recruiting class that we've had, you'll see that the majority of our players are from the state of Louisiana. That's just my philosophy. It's always been my philosophy. I learned it by working at other state-supported schools. We owe it to the taxpayers in the state of Louisiana that we knock on every high school door in the state of Louisiana, and that's our full tank of gas philosophy, and we do a great job of that, trying to keep our in-state guys right here in the city of Baton Rouge.
What's going to be the format for the spring for this year, not only for the spring practices, but also for a spring football game?
Well, the biggest format is just we're going to scrimmage for the spring football game. It won't be a blue and gold type game. We're doing it in the middle, not at the end, because we got to come back and work on some issues from the previous year that we want to get corrected before we get out of spring ball. So our spring game will be about our 11th practice. It'll be March the 30th, and we're excited about that spring scrimmage.
And you can't wait for that to be the F.G. Clark Activity Center, and I believe it's going to be free for the people to come on in and watch that game. And I know, Coach, you're excited. It almost seems like you don't get much time off from the 2 signing periods that you have, and you had the big one in the second signing period in February. And then after that, you got to get ready for spring, get the coaches ready for the spring, and then move on, of course, for spring practice from there. And then you get a little break after spring practice.
Well, we go right back into recruiting.
Yeah.
We have recruiting from April the 15th to May 31st, so we'll be out on the road then. So it's always recruiting. Recruiting never stops, so we're excited about the opportunity to get ready to go back out on the road and look at some of these guys that we already sent out previous offers to already. So we're just trying to continue to build it, and we know you build it through recruiting, and we're excited about that.
All but 1 year, you were competing for SWAC championships every single year. With that, bring an unbelievable recruiting class in every single year, and you were dealt with a bad hand, obviously, with the APR stuff and what have you. So then you bring a team that's come in here, won the West by winning in the SWAC, winning in the Bayou Classic, then go to the SWAC championship game. Coach, at that point you signed a 3-year extension. Was that a lot of weight off your shoulders to sign that 3-year extension?
Well, I mean, my biggest thing is that my daughter's in the 10th grade, so I want to be able to be here until she graduates high school. And, you know, I just think my steps are ordered by the Lord. I just sort of follow his footsteps and do whatever I need to do whenever he say do it. And my family and I are grateful for the extension, but we also know it's work to be done. That comes with expectations, and we understand what Jaguar Nation is all about. We understand what they want, and that's ultimately a championship, and it's our responsibility as a coaching staff and the players on our team to provide them with that experience and opportunity.
How close are we signing a defensive coordinator?
We have a defensive coordinator. That's Lionel Washington is going to step up and do it. And really, there'll be co-coordinators with Lionel Washington and Steve Adams. Both of them will take on the responsibility of running our defense, and we're excited about the players that we have coming back. We won't change much. We are who we are. We know our DNA, and it's about getting better this spring.
All right, you got a golf event coming up too?
I don't have a golf event.
Yeah. All golf game. How's your golf game?
All this rain is bad.
Because I know about your basketball game. Yeah. Now, your shooting needs help. Coach can help you with the shooting. Yeah. But I noticed underneath the goal, you bring some elbows, my brother.
Well, you know, they didn't give me a whole lot of time to get ready.
So you bring some elbows.
I was supposed to just coach, so I was in coach mode, but they said they needed me to play. But my golf game is not as good as it's going to be, that's for sure.
Let me tell you what, I was on the table on the sideline in the basketball game of the F.G. Clark for the celebrity game. I saw you throwing elbows, and I started ducking.
Well, that's to pay back some of those guys that be talking on the sideline. So I was trying to get me one in, but you know, at the end of the day, I think it's a fun event. It's always fun to be with alumni. And, you know, I think the things that we're doing in our athletic program are going a long way, not only on campus, but also in the community.
No doubt about that. When we come back, we're talking basketball. We got two seniors right here. We're going to talk about it overtime with Athletic Director Coach Roman Banks. We'll continue right here from Scoreboards right after this timeout on Pelican Sports TV. Thanks, Joe.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered, while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
CareSouth offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
I can still remember Charlotte's first day of kindergarten like it was yesterday. Now, she's heading off to college.
So how are you feeling?
I'm nervous. I'm also really excited.
You know you're the first McKernan to not go to LSU in decades. Promise me this, you'll wear purple and gold at all the UT football games.
Dad.
Letting go isn't easy, especially for this Louisiana dad, but our children know family is always there for them. Just like when our clients come to us for help, they'll always be part of the Get Gordon family. We want to be your lawyers for life.
Call 888-8888.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
Welcome back, everybody. Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks right here from Scoreboard's Restaurant. And we are excited. We got some good food. You can smell it already. The Southern coaching staff is here eating, and that's a lot of fun seeing all the coaches right here from almost every sport. And Coach Odoms is here still, too. We've got basketball coaches here today. We've got all kind of stuff going on. Right now, we've got 2 seniors on the squad right now on the table. Daniela Charles, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Awesome. And we've got Richard Lee right here.
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yes, sir.
You get something to eat yet?
Yeah, I'm always waiting on me.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, we're going to talk to the Giant Killer first, Daniela Charles. They call her Shorty. But yet, I call you Giant Killer because of the fact, how tall are you?
5'5".
5'5". And yet, when she sees a lane, you got to appreciate this, Richard. When she sees a lane, it doesn't matter if Shaquille O'Neal's playing at center. She's going to lay the ball up. She's going for the layup. I mean, you have no fear of that.
No, sir. No, sir. I mean, pretty much, that's basically my game, getting to the bucket. So when I have the opportunity, I have to take it. The size really don't matter. I mean, my whole life I was told about me being so small. But, I mean, that really doesn't matter. Just see the opportunity and got to get a bucket.
And your team, obviously Coco comes in and spells you, but your team has got about 8 players that could be starters on any SWAC team, and you're about 11, 12 deep maybe even.
Yes, sir. Our team is very strong. I feel like a lot of people doubted us because of losing Bree and Coach Pugh leaving, but we always had faith in us because we have so many people. Like, when people come sub in, we don't have any drop-offs.
Was it tough for you when Coach Pugh did leave and Coach Funches takes over? It must have not been that much of a beat because Coach Funches has been there forever.
Yeah, he's been there since I've been there, so it really wasn't. It was a change, but it wasn't a big change because he had already been around us the same amount of time as Coach Pugh was there, so it wasn't a big change. All
right, Richard Lee, men's basketball team wears 0.
Yes, sir.
And you hit three pointers in that game against Alabama State. You hit another one in the second half. That makes 4. So as you guys were having timeout, I said you were the one to take the 3-point shot because you had already hit 4 that night.
Yes, sir.
It just fell short. You had a good look at it, and it just didn't go in. But you feel comfortable taking 3-point shots?
Yes, sir. It's been my God-given talent just to shoot the ball. It's something that I really see that I excel in. I try and use that to help the team win as much as possible. Also, I'm trying to lead as best I can, too. Just kind of contribute any way to get the W.
Where's your favorite place to take the 3-point shot? Mine was top of the key. Wing, I don't know, the corner was the hardest because it's hard to judge that corner.
Yeah.
But you take them pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere. I like the corners.
You like the corners?
I like the corners. Corners in the top of the key, really.
Yeah. I like the top of the key, too.
Yeah.
That's a fun shot.
I like it.
You guys just came short against Alabama State. If you would have won that game, you'd have been in 8th place. And it's like I told Coach last time that we had talked here on this show, that if you guys get to the tournament, it's 0-0 now.
Yes, it is.
Every record's 0-0. So that gives an opportunity. If you get in that tournament, now you've got a game against Alcorn State, which are right there. You've got 2 games on the road against Texas Southern and Prairie View A&M, and that ends out the regular season. So your chances of making that tournament is going to be big. And when you get in the tournament, that becomes March Madness, baby.
It do. That's all we striving for right now is just get to the tournament. Like you said, it becomes 0-0. So we taking each game very, very serious just so we can use that as a stepping stone to get to the playoffs.
You also, too, had a different coach to start the season off. But unlike for the ladies' side, whole new different staff. And tell me how you've liked Sean Woods so far in coaching.
Sean Woods, he's a coach that I never imagined that I'd be able to just be a part of. He pushes you to your limit, and he makes you a better person, not just basketball, also as a man. Also, he pushes you to limits that you didn't even know you could reach.
And the guy can still shoot.
Yeah, he can still shoot.
Because I see y'all's little shoot around at the end of practice where all of y'all get a shot. He throws the ball up, and where you catch the ball, you take the shot.
Yeah, it's a pregame ritual. Everybody take one shot. Trainers, whoever's in the gym, no matter what you is, and he shoots the half-court shot at the end after everybody shoots.
Yeah, and he took the half-court shot, and when I saw him doing it, he made on the second one.
He did. Yep. He good at it actually. He do it for every game. He don't let us down yet.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Let's talk about both of y'all. Miss Charles, Charles, tell us about your final game at Southern University. That's going to be this Saturday against Alcorn State.
I mean, it's a bittersweet moment. The time went by so fast, but being so close to home, my family is coming. So it's always it's a good feeling to have your family watching you play. And I don't know. I feel like
any tears maybe
that can happen. I feel like I really don't know what to say about it. It's like it's starting to really hit me.
Right, and then obviously for you, Richard Lee, being from Florida.
Yeah, 'cause I had a long journey with basketball. I've been playing since I was 4, so it ain't quite hit me as of yet. It probably hit me that night of the game, but you know, 'cause my last home collegiate game as a college player, so we just have to see when that night comes.
What does it mean to you to have your education and you're playing basketball at Southern University?
It's really a good feeling. Like I'll be the first person in my family to graduate from college. So it was like I had to do it.
What about you, Richard?
Well, the journey itself has just been real long, and to have my family come see me, it'd be a very special moment because, you know, like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I just want to end out on a good note and keep them happy. So I'd be happy to play in front of them one more time.
All right, what is your major?
Rehabilitation.
Oh, wow. You know, and I had my knee rebuilt in 1990, and I thought about doing that because I saw the rehabilitation, the way they did, and got me going. I really thought about that career. So you're making a good choice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to be upbeat and always positive. And because I would look at them when they told me, I mean, I shredded my knee when they told me we need you to get up and walk on crutches the day after my surgery. I said, are you nuts? Are you crazy? What about you? Major?
Sociology. I got really good people skills. I more so say I can interact with people good. It's my personality. So
good for you.
Yeah.
Good job. Life after basketball at Southern.
I want to really coach. Hopefully, I'm here as a GA.
You gonna be what?
Hopefully, I stay here and be a GA.
okay.
But I really want to coach.
Okay, cool. What about you?
I got hopes of playing professionally. So that's my plan A right now. That's what I want to do.
So I mean, that's going to be so fun, and also too, they don't understand that with sports, it's such a tight-knit group. And when you're with sports, and the locker room is what you miss the most. A lot of athletes will tell you, one thing that I missed after playing all the football that I played was that I missed the locker room. The locker room was unbelievable. And it's great to play the game, but the first thing that comes to your mind is locker room. Man, I'm going to miss that locker room. I'm going to miss the guys and all that kind of good stuff. It's got to be the same for you as well.
Yes, sir. I've made some really good friends. Like outside of my basketball teammates here, I don't have any friends. Like even back at home, I never was the type of person to hang with like a lot of people, but I have really met some good people here.
And that will last a lifetime.
Yes, sir.
You same way?
You probably hit it on the point. Like that's the most important thing to me. Like, you know, your friendships and the people that you meet, especially my teammates. Like I be with them 24/7. So I'm really gonna miss them because, you know, once it's all said and done, everybody gonna go their separate ways. So I'm really gonna miss, you know, the good times, the bad times, all the laughing and joking. So I am gonna miss that a lot.
We're gonna miss both of you, I can tell you that. You've done great. You've made Southern University proud. Thank you for all the effort that you've done.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna say, watch her again. But eventually she's gonna jump from the free throw line and slam dunk it one. All right, when we come back, we're gonna talk to a very important person who's been supporting Southern University for a long time, and he might be able to help out my knee. Maybe not, we'll see. We'll do that coming up right here with Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks from Showboard Restaurant. Back after this time out on Intelligent Sports TV.
SWAC is back in Birmingham, March 15th and 16th for the 2019 Toyota SWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championship. The action is back at the Magic City. Don't miss your chance at being a part of SWAC history as 8 teams battle it out to punch their ticket to the big dance. Come be a part of the SWAC family on March 15th and 16th. Don't miss the 2019 Toyota SWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Get your tickets at swac.org/Toyota SWAC Tournament.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive photo for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary.
I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary.
Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
The smart Baton Rouge business traveler travels out of Baton Rouge. Why? It's about not having to wake up hours earlier, fight traffic, and stand in long lines. It's also about BTR being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere your business takes you. Smart. So for your business, if it's about being one step ahead and not dead on your feet, then it's about time you flew BTR. Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right? You ever come to Louisiana?
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. I'm Chris Powers, the host of the show. And you know, we can't do this if we don't have support. And we have support here at Southern University. The crew, Denise and Coach Banks and all of the crew get a great support staff to help us out. And, you know, dollars have to come in to help out athletic department. And one of the guys that's done this, Care South Medical and Dental, Matthew Valera. How you doing, my friend?
Good, and yourself, Chris?
Good to have you here, man.
Glad to be here today.
Now let's talk about, before we talk about why Southern University, let's talk about your business first of all. You're located, you got several locations here in the Baton Rouge area.
Correct. We're located in Baton Rouge, Donaldsonville, Plaquemine, and Zachary.
All right. And tell everybody exactly what you do.
Well, the services, we're a federally qualified health center, so we offer services such as medical, dental, behavioral health. We have specialties in pediatrics, OBGYN, podiatry, as well as infectious disease. So we treat the whole person. We treat people from birth until in their 80s, so we have a large gamut as far as the population that we treat.
Now, what made you decide to get into this?
Well, I've been in healthcare. I worked for the Department of Health and Hospitals for 13 and a half years coming out of Southern University. Did undergrad and grad school at Southern, and then came into the FQHC world about 3 years ago. So it's been a passion, just helping people in the medical field and healthcare has always been my passion.
And with the exception of a little gray in your beard, you look like you may have just graduated from Southern. I hate you for that, bro.
I'm aging well. I appreciate it.
Man, so what has it meant for you to be a big sponsor and supporter of Southern University?
And this has been awesome. The sponsorship came about with one of our former employees, Dr. Randy Whitfield, who's also on the Board of Supervisors, introduced me to Coach Banks as well as Ms. Rankins, and they talked about their vision for athletics and the corporate sponsorship, and we kind of did some mutually beneficial things, and this has been real good for the organization, putting our brand out there on campus. So we love it.
Has it helped business, do you think?
It has. You know, with the population we serve, we're looking to serve that North Baton Rouge area for our Baton Rouge location, which is in Mid-City. So it has really allowed us to be on campus, tailgating, passing out brochures and information, and people are now aware of the services we provide.
Did you have some of your staff on standby when you were playing in the celebrity game? Because you told me you tore both your Achilles tendons. Did you have people on standby waiting?
Well, I thought I was going to just be a coach and not as much of a player.
You like Dawson Odom said that. Coach Odom said the same thing.
But, you know, when Ms. Rankins asked, I was like, man, I think I can play. But, you know, the mind says one thing and the body says another. So
right.
I think the team, we lasted well for about 17 minutes. We gave them a hard time. And then we lost a lot of energy those last 3 minutes. So we'll be back next year.
So, but you had fun doing it.
Oh, I loved it. It was really enjoyable. So
was it fun to play on the F.G. Clark Activity Center floor?
Extremely fun. That floor is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
When you're playing on it, watching the young men running down the floor for the game, they make it look so easy.
Right. But when you passed Avery Johnson's name on the court, did you at one point say, I'm Avery Johnson?
Yeah, I tried that. You know, I said this is the first time I've been shut out since middle school in a game.
Now you do sports all year round: football, basketball, and baseball. What's your favorite sport?
My favorite is basketball, but the team is coming along well. I think Coach Woods will do a great job moving forward. But football, you know, you have to love football. I love tailgating, so you get so much of the atmosphere, and campus is always a buzz on those Saturdays during football season.
No question about that. Now tell everybody, I noticed you say you do dental as well, so people can come in and dental plans right there, right?
Correct. We accept all major insurances as well as people who are uninsured. We have what you call as a sliding fee scale, so we meet people where they are. So we'll base their prices based on their income. So we just want to help the person. So it's not about really making the money. We have a business side of it, but we want to help the person as well.
And you said the third thing that y'all do as well? The health?
Behavioral health.
Behavioral health. Tell us about that.
So on our behavioral health side, we have a behavioral health location in Zachary, and we also do it on our Baton Rouge campus as well as the other locations with psychiatrists, medical psychologists, as well as social workers.
Is that the medical part or just anything?
That's anything.
Okay, because you can say that the medical part is like, for instance, if you've got a, you know, okay, my knee is killing me or this or that and stuff like that, and you've got it in your head, because I know about you, but when I totally blew my knee out, it was basketball, and I never would do slam dunks or layups again because of that.
We have the counseling aspect for those people with anxiety, anything with depression. So, like I said, we treat the whole person and look at it as a holistic approach.
And that's big in this day because there's not only a state level, but a federal level. They're cutting dollars on that.
A whole lot.
Mental health hospitals, and that could be a big problem where we've having all these problems that we're having.
Correct. So one good thing that happened in Baton Rouge a few months ago in November was the passage of a tax for a new mental health center. So that'll help a lot. So we have a place to refer for those individuals who may have more serious problems than we're treating that's beyond the counseling aspect.
Okay. So look in that camera again, give us your information and your offices of where you're at, and talk to those people that might want to come and visit you.
All right, we're at Care South Medical and Dental. We're located in Baton Rouge, Downsonville, Plaquemine, as well as Zachary. If you want to schedule an appointment, you can reach us at 225-650-2000.
All right, do that number again.
225-650-2000.
All right, perfect deal. And you know, what has it meant, you know, obviously you being a Southern alumni, to be able to come back, was it an easy decision to come back and support Southern University?
Yeah, especially with like I say, Coach Banks and the brand that he's developing for the university. We just see a lot of forward movement, so we want to be a part of that for many years to come.
And it's just so weird, you know, for me, when I wear a Southern shirt and I'm at an airport in Denver or up in Chicago, I've got an alumni coming to me and saying, I went to Southern University. It's absolutely, isn't it amazing how large the alumni is?
It's huge. Like you said, it's all over the nation. So the Jaguar Nation is deep, and we believe in supporting the university. So I just want to be a part of that, giving back to Southern.
And it's always fun to be able to talk about you on the radio, because as we talk about you on the radio, you got TV spots and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, so this has just been a part of our holistic approach to marketing. So doing a lot of community grassroots as far as Southern, and utilizing billboards, television, and radio as well.
Well, man, I appreciate you big time, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, again, go by and see those guys, Care South Medical and Dental. When we come back, Coach Roman Banks, Athletic Director Roman Banks, will be right back with us. Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks right here from Scoreboard's Restaurant on Pelican Sports TV.
Need to see a doctor fast? Lake Express Check-In lets you get in line online. Visit OLOLRMC.com/express to choose an estimated treatment time at one of our emergency room, urgent care, or physician office locations. A service of Our Lady of the Lake.
Legendary Import Group, distinguished service and detailed attention. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. Stop by 10660 Coursey Boulevard or phone 225-960-1191.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
Just can't lock them out, buddies. They'll make your day. Hey. Buddies, you can't deny them, buddies. You just can't buy them. You wear them, whatever comes your way. Buddies are here to stay.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton & Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton & Fouger today.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve with home and auto insurance.
Talk to State Farm agent Anna Jones in Baton Rouge today.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Right here, Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks, and still tough for me to not say Coach.
That's part of it.
That's part of it.
That's
right.
part of it.
Spring is in the air in Southern University. Athletics is in full swing with 6 sports competing for championships. Baseball will host their first weekend series, and by the way, there's an extra game added onto that. It'll be Friday at 2 p.m. against Eastern Illinois. That's an extra game, so it'll be a 4-game set. Hopefully, again, if weather can get it in. And let's take a look at the next 7 days for Jaguar Athletics.
Welcome to the next 7 in Jaguar Athletics. Southern University softball heads to Hattiesburg, Mississippi to take on the Lady Eagles of Southern Miss on February the 27th at 6 p.m. Coach Kerry Jackson and the SU baseball team return to Baton Rouge in his home opener versus Eastern Illinois at Lee Hines Field. First pitch on March the 1st is at 6 p.m., March the 2nd at 12 p.m., and March the 3rd at 1 p.m. Head coach Rose Fogg and the SU women's bowling team will participate in the Mardi Gras tournament at All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, March 1st through the 3rd. SU women's tennis will host our rivals from North Louisiana, the Grambling State Lady Tigers, on March the 2nd at 12 p.m. at the University Courts here on the campus of Southern University. It's senior night at the F.G. Clark Activity Center on March the 2nd as the SU men's and women's basketball team host the Braves of Alcorn State. The women's game tip-off at 3 p.m. and the men's at 5:30 p.m. That was your next 7 in Jaguar Athletics. Go Jags.
Well, there's so much things going on at Southern University. Tennis obviously hosted an event. on campus, and bowling hosts an event in Baton Rouge, the All-Star Bowling Lane. So lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, so a lot of people think that in our world that we slow down after football season, but it all runs together. This is probably one of the most busiest times of the year for us because you have so many sports going on at one time. And so, and we're excited about the work that the teams are doing as well. So we're competing pretty well, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it's big time all about. Obviously, the final home game for the regular season. But let's talk about the first round of the SWAC tournament. More than likely, the ladies are in first seed right now, so they're going to host. They're not going to fall past fourth seed. They're going to host that first round, and that game will be on March the 12th.
Right. So we're pretty certain that they'll have a home round, and so we'll be prepared. You know, we'll ask the fans to come pack the place. You know, we'll be prepared to cheer them on so they can win that game, first round game, and move on to Alabama. And obviously, our guys are still in a close race to make that tournament number, and you know, that's the reason why it's important. We need everyone to come out this weekend because that game can make a difference for them. If they win that game, then obviously, you know, we could be that 7 or 8 seed.
That's right. And then with the women's game, is there any time yet on? Like if that game March the 12th will be at home, will it be a night game, be pushed back further? Or
so usually the concept is if it's a double, it's 6 and 8, and if it's a single, it's 7 o'clock. And so obviously that we'll be looking to start that game around 6:30 or 7 o'clock once we, you know, have the conversation with the conference office, and then you got to factor in traveling and all those things for the other team as well. So it will more than likely be a 7 o'clock start.
Speaking of basketball, whose idea was it to have the lights down when the intro of the home teams were?
Well, you know, Chris have taken over that area, and that team. We have a team of folks on our executive staff that we talk about what we could do to make it, you know, to make our games more attractive. And obviously, we haven't done anything as it relates to lighting, and our building is a little different. So, Mr. Boer, give him credit. He put some things in place, and you know, Chris Jones and all those that work so hard in his area, you know, was able to get with Jad Bidget and make some things happen.
I've got an idea for you that make it even better than that.
Talk to me.
If the next time the ex-Pogo team comes out, if you go on the Pogo stick, I'm telling you, people will come see that, Coach.
Now, I don't know if my insurance policy that good. I'm trying to stay on Earth a little longer. You're trying to get me on out of here, so I don't know about that.
They're doing on that stick, and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me?
Oh man, no way. So that was awesome. And you know, they travel to professional games and other collegiate games, and that just go to show you the type of activities that we're trying to bring in at halftime. I mean, to go out and get someone like them that go around traveling, and that's what they do to excite the crowd. You know, it speaks volumes for where we come from and where we're headed as well.
All right, it's time now to ask the athletic director a question. We've got Taylor right now. He's got somebody with it. Taylor?
Thank you, Mr. Chris. We have Shanika with our question for Coach Banks.
Hey, Coach. How are you today? My question is for you. How do you feel about Senior Day? Because I know you were once a coach.
Yeah, so I think that good question, and you start my mind erasing right now. You know, I've been so busy where I don't miss the coaching days sometimes, but now I miss them out of a question like that. And I just think that Senior Day is a day that you never forget. It's an everlasting imprint when you start getting older and thinking about your 4 years at the university, thinking about the early mornings, the late nights, thinking about the conditioning, you know, and cramping up and the highs and the lows of some wins and some tough losses. It's impactful. And, you know, what I really want our seniors, all of our seniors in our department, to know that we appreciate them and that they're in this family for life, and we're going to continue to recognize them. Right. And so I think that the head coaches of all the seniors, that's an incredible bond, and it's a very emotional day. And sometimes you get caught up in the emotions, and I always figure, do you do it before the game or after the game, because the emotion can cause and affect the game. Right. And so you got to kind of bottle that up and take care of business so you can celebrate at the end of the night.
Well, it's got to be hard for you too, because you're like a parent losing your kid, and you did actually have your son play on your basketball team. So it must have been double whammy to see him go like that. But I know it's going to be tough for you guys. Well, speaking of that, you have a great staff, and you've got somebody you want to.
The best staff in the country.
That's right. You got somebody you want to spotlight right now.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, we try to do some things, and it's one of our staff members' birthday was on yesterday, and we all celebrating it today. So we got a little token for Coach Kirshner. The staff went out and got him a little gift, and we want him to come up here and receive this gift from the athletic department. All everybody that's in here. You know, this guy, when you start talking about emotions, this guy been with me for a long time, and we came here together.
There you go.
He is my basketball assistant. We was at Southeastern together. We did some things while he was in high school together. We went through some things transition-wise, you know, with families and all that stuff. He used to pick the kids up for me when we was at Southeastern, Kennedy, and all that stuff. And so this guy, I really can't say enough about him, and definitely, I think financially I'm not really rewarding him like he should be. But we want to get him this token, and I want him to know how much we appreciate him and what all he do for Southern University and Southern University Athletic Department.
All right, I think that's awesome. Let's all do it. Ready? Happy birthday song.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Happy birthday to you. I would give him the mic, but we mic'd up right now.
We've got a lot of the Southern coaches right here. I'm seeing all the sports here.
And so, you know, when we go off there, this thing going to continue. So we're going to celebrate him a little bit when it's all over.
All right, we got some delicious bread pudding right here that we get. Coach, if y'all get some bread pudding, this is unbelievable, Coach. You got to go ahead.
Got to go ahead.
Got to go try your.
Hey, that's the present that he likes the most. That's the present he likes the most.
Roman Banks bread pudding.
Overtime. The real deal, my friend. The real deal.
Oh, man.
Best in town.
That is delicious. Scoreboards has crawfish here, too, by the way.
Yes, I was just talking to them, and we're going to start here real soon. We're going to transition from the crab night to the crawfish night, so we think that's going to be even special as well.
That is an awesome deal. And, of course, again, want to remind you folks, come out here on Wednesday nights. Now, tonight we're going to the LSU game, but Wednesday nights we have it right here from Scoreboards at about 6:50.
This is what it's all about. Look at that. This all the SU staff member athletic department here. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause because they make the world go around for me. This is what it's all about, and all the supporters in the house.
All right, come back and see us overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks right here. Scoreboards, a restaurant on Coursey Boulevard. I'm Chris Powers and Coach Roman Banks right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Go Jags.